This series has taken a deep dive into the issues, challenges, and successes in the field of rare diseases, including diagnosis and detection, testing, research hurdles and opportunities, mental health challenges, and pathways to solutions. After getting well into the weeds in previous webinars, today we're going to pull back and take a broader look at what it means to be rare or unique, and how our societies and cultures, as well as our medical systems, perceive this. We'll also talk about what being unique means in terms of our health and healthcare.
Some tendencies to look at the individual only as opposed to the group, and that poses some cultural issues for a lot of environments where it's the health of the group as a whole that is valued by the society. Let's say a small Native American tribe where they are interested in preserving culture and the family structure and so forth. In those situations, the individual is not as important as the whole tribe. And it poses a problem for how does that individual get the specific care that they need that is, maybe a unique cancer that has developed, and how do they seek resources outside of their home environment? How much access do they have? How much understanding? How much support do they have for the journey into the medical world that they have to engage in order to get the help that they need?
The diagnostic framework, which was traditionally based on observation and developed over 3 millennia, by nature works based on abstraction. So it targets sameness to some degree rather than differences. And genomic testing, which is a recent development and points more to microclassifications, I think is the new kid in the block. So we should give it some time. And I believe that's where most of the progress in rare diseases has been happening anyways.
I think one way I always like to think about it was not only that we would go towards a more personalized or individualized model, but that these kind of methodologies would allow us to have more commons, because I think this is also what we would find. We would have more granularity into each common, and I think we would find more of them. So perhaps I think that's also a way sometimes of phrasing these kind of new approaches that might not be so individualized, but allowing us to have more and more data to be more adapted to each particular situation.
It can lead to misunderstandings, of course, as far as how does modern medicine affect the individual, and how does someone stay consistent with their cultural values while still seeking to be treated as an individual. And I think that's a challenge for us in many different parts of the world, and certainly in many different parts of the United States. But if we don't recognize the spiritual component, if we just treat people in a mechanical fashion, we don't honor them. Mm-hmm. So we need to acknowledge that aspect of humanity as well.